my brother Kendall.
I'm sailing with my brother Kevin
On Gadzooks, baby!
Hey, Flying Scot sailors. This is your sailing brother Kevin from sailingwithmybrother.com with yet another instructional video today. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how we videotape all of our regattas, where do we put the cameras, etc. And as you can see, Gadzooks is all bundled up for the next regatta. But having said that, we've got a lot of stills, and I'll do a lot of voiceover and show you how we do it. So let's get started. Over the last year and a half, Team Gadzooks has uploaded over 100 videos to YouTube of our Flying Scot regattas and practices. The average number of views for a full race video, typically about 40 minutes, is about 350 to 400. Many of our fellow competitors like the way they can see where we are going, as well as our boat handling simultaneously. One race that has received the most views has been our sail shape analysis video. The Midwinter's Race 2 video has picture-in-picture of our sail shape and telltales, both of main and jib, as well as our crew work and direction. These videos take quite some time to render, but those renderings cannot be done if there is no raw video. So several of our fellow competitors want to replicate what we do so that they can learn rapidly as well. This video discusses what equipment we use, where we mount it, and how we render it. Beware though, this is not an easy task, but perhaps someday AI can take over and make some of the process significantly easier. Here is the equipment that we use. An Insta360 1x2 video camera mounted immediately behind the mast. Today's equivalent is the X4 camera. An Insta360 RS1 camera mounted on the tiller using a GoPro wrist strap zip tied on the tiller. The RS1 comes with both a directional camera and a 360 camera. We use the 360 camera. You have the option of getting a frame for the camera mount to attach to the wristband. You definitely want that. We also use an Insta360 smart remote control GPS unit, typically connected to the 1x2 camera, but not always. And we have used in the past the Rode Wireless Go 2 mics inside non-lubricated condoms for audio, but this has proven to be a level of synchronization that is frequently too challenging to use. We also have 5 batteries for both cameras and use 256 gigabyte SD cards in both cameras. Each battery lasts about 45 minutes to an hour, and a 256 gigabyte SD card will record up to 5 hours of racing. Some things to note. None of the screens are really visible on the boat. Although the GPS unit captures speed, direction, inclination, and a host of other data, it is not visible on the display in real time. It is attached to the videos only. We change the batteries for every race and download all recordings at the end of every day, starting each day with a fresh SD card. All Insta360 cameras are compatible with Apple AirPods for miking. However, the AirPods are not water resistant. Once we start a camera, prior to the warning gun, hopefully, we do not mess with it. If the battery dies and we ignore it. Get the warranty replacement option. You're using these cameras in harsh environments. They can die. All of these 360 cameras have gyroscopic horizoning, so it always knows which way is up and keeps the horizon level, even if the boat capsizes. Links to all the hardware purchases is available in the description. We mount the 1x2 immediately behind the mast as far aft as possible so that the camera can see somewhat around the mast. The RS1 we mount in a holder on the wrist strap that is wrapped around our tiller and zip tied for additional strength. It is typically aft of the hiking stick extension, but it doesn't have to be, and it is not always behind the hiking stick extension reach. On our tabernacle at the front of the boat, Below the mast step, there is a faceboard, a 1x6, that is screwed to the tabernacle. We mount our compass there. The 1x2 camera is mounted on a 1/4-20 screw, 3 inches long, fully threaded. This screw is mounted on an L bracket that is screwed into the 1x6 faceplate. The L bracket, 1/4-20 screw, and a nylon nut are all stainless steel. The L brackets are available on Amazon for about $7 for 20 brackets, with links in the description. You have to drill out one hole to hold the 1/4-inch screw, but it's relatively easy. We also mount the GPS remote on the same faceplate. There is a loop on the back of the GPS unit through which a string or parachute cord can pass, and we tie it to the tabernacle faceplate. The GPS unit is water resistant as well, and being tied on, there is little weight and essentially no risk of loss. We have also created an alternative front mount if you do not want to put on a faceplate on your tabernacle. We call it the bird box because of the holes. It fits right into the top notch immediately behind the mast step. The 1/4-20 screw should be at least 2.5 inches long, preferably 3 inches, and is held in place with a nylon nut. The entire box is made from high-density polyester and is fiberglass together. Of course, it could be made from wood. Acum plywood would be preferred. Black is the preferred color to keep the video from seeing something straight down. Remember, this is a 360 camera. The holes line up with the lifting bridle bolt hole on the tabernacle, but are larger than the bolt hole, 3/4 inch instead of a 1/2 inch, to provide some slack in hole alignment. Tie a sail tie or bungee cord through the holes and around the tabernacle to hold the bird box in place, and mount the Insta360 camera on the 1/4-20 nut. 4x8 sheets of polyester 1/8 inch thick are typically available at Home Depot or Lowe's, or Menards if you have one. The Insta360 video must be processed using the Insta360 iPhone iPad app or the Insta360 Studio for Mac or PC app. This software leverages keyframes to focus the camera where you want the viewer to see. You can add the GPS unit information when you process the video with the Insta360 software. Other graphics are also available in this Insta360 software. We typically record at 5K and 30 frames per second. Slow-mo is done in iMovie. Once you've done the video and what you're seeing is what you want the viewer to see, you can export it to an MP4 video. We do additional processing in iMovie on the Mac. This allows us to add picture-in-picture as well as the 5-minute pre-start timer. Synchronizing multiple videos is challenging, and the sync must be within about 20 milliseconds or you get audible echoes. Keep in mind that for every hour of video, you should expect to spend 5 to 7 hours in processing and in getting everything lined up. We recommend viewing a number of how-to videos, and links to those are available in the description. Now the only thing you have to watch out for is not getting the jib sheets tangled around that front camera, as this video illustrates.
Back around the camera. Back around the camera.
And there you have it. That's how we video our regattas, and we hope that others will be videoing regattas similarly. What we like is that you can see things like the telltales, if you want to move the camera focal point around. So it's really been beneficial for us. So with that, we'll turn you loose. I'm Sailing Brother Kevin on Gadzooks, flying Scot 5954, wishing you fair winds and smooth waters.
Sailing with my brother Kendall.
I'm sailing with my brother Kevin.
On Gadzooks, baby!